Hey, the following was filmed on Tuesday, but, you know, I had stuff to do, so... What you gonna do about it? You wanna fight me over my meatball sub? So you wanna meatball sub me? I'll meatball sub you. Enjoy. Hello, everybody, it's time for Cousin Crendor.
Cousin Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody, it's Tuesday, Terrible Tuesday. It's a day when things are terrible, and then we try and do voices, but we fail.
So all the time, but especially on Tuesday.
Especially on Tuesday. Yeah, so you had an assignment yesterday.
I did.
Did you watch it?
I watched it, and it was great.
Isn't it? Isn't it a wonderful movie?
I love those kinds of movies. Okay, so I like how they start out. It's like some guys like going to the theater for his experience, and they're describing his theater experience.
But they use scenes from Wide-Eyed Shut, or Wide-Eyed Shut. That sounds like
Wide-Eyed Shut.
That sounds like an '80s band. Eyes Wide Shut. Sorry, to like show him. So you know this guy is like some hideously deformed hunchback, but he's like Tom Cruise in the movie. He's like, I went to the theater that day. It's just Tom Cruise like watching movies.
And he's like, I sat down in the theater, and when I was watching this movie, I was so into it. I was leaning forward in my chair, my seat. I was leaning so forward in my seat that I was holding on to the handrails, and I almost fell off. I was like, you did not.
This guy
fall
was
out
so
of your
excited
chair.
to see this movie. But that's when you find out that the movie you're watching, Room 237, is nuts, because the guy's like, that's when I noticed it. The cans of corn behind him or whatever it was, like they had Indians on them. And they were in every scene. And he's like, this movie, it's about Native Americans. It's like, what?
And he's like, you look at the poster. The poster says, like, the biggest horror movie across America or something. He's like, that didn't make any sense. It wasn't a horror movie. And it surely wasn't across America.
And then he's like, oh my god, it's Native Americans. It's about us killing Native Americans. It is wonderful.
And then it goes, what was the next one was the Germany guy.
Yeah, he's like, don't you know that the whole movie is about, it's like Schindler's List. Apparently,
The typewriter.
Yeah, apparently Kubrick wanted to do a Schindler's List movie, but they wouldn't let him, so he made this his Schindler's List movie, but it makes no sense. Like, these people are crazy. They're crazy people.
He's like, if you look, it's a German typewriter. I know Kubrick. He was like my best friend. And I know he would do that.
It's a German typewriter, don't you understand?
And then they start, he's like, and then if you, room 237, don't you get, you multiply 2 and 3, you get 6, you multiply 6 and 7, you get 42, 1942, that's the year. That's the year World War II. Bam.
The guy was making all sorts of sense. My favorite one, the one that I liked the most, was that one woman who wasn't saying it was anything, like, she didn't say it was anything, she just like, this movie doesn't make sense. Like, she was the one sane person. She was like, look, this movie doesn't make sense. There's things that happen in it that physically cannot happen on a set, yet they happen. I don't know if she was saying that Kubrick wasn't like some magician alien creature, but she was saying that he had the power to make things not. She's like, the boy moves from one side of the set to the other without a cut. How's that possible?
Yeah.
How is that possible? It's like, what are you implying? Like, Kubrick is the devil.
And what was that one lady with the Minotaur? She's like, the ski poster.
Yes.
I just realized that it was a Minotaur. I'm like, that doesn't look like a Minotaur.
I totally forgot. There's this one scene they keep replaying because it has posters in the background, and they're all like weird. Like the one guy who says it's Indian related, he's like, oh, well, they're all Indian posters. And then one guy says it's Germany related, he's like, well, they're all Germany posters. But this one woman's like, what I didn't notice was that man skiing was actually a Minotaur. We're like, what?
Like,
Oh my god.
it makes, that was a retarded theory. And then
No, but her theory was it was a maze. Like, the whole movie was supposed to be a maze that got
Yeah.
more and more confusing the further you went in, and that's why he put a maze, like a physical maze, in the movie, and why there was Minotaur symbology or whatever throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to fight the Minotaur to get out of the movie. It's like, what does that even mean?
It's like the maze theory I thought was like good. It's like the equivalent of like the different levels of like insanity.
Right, and that's what they were talking about.
Like-
Like each character has their own level of insanity. So there's the boy who his path is a straight path. He goes around. Like when he rides his bike, that's how they explained it. He rides his little bike in a square around the building, and it's a one shot without a cut. So that's his level of sanity. And then there's the other level of I guess, insanity where his mother, it's him riding his bike, but he goes from, like, point A to point B, like, magically without a cut. And that's supposed to symbolize his mother being, like, two different people. And then the highest level is his dad's complete insanity, where, like, the path he takes goes over things that didn't exist before. And, like, it's nonsense. I was like, God, this movie's so good.
That's like where he goes to the office and there's the window, but the window isn't actually a window because like behind there is like the building still.
Yeah, like that was kind of cool. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what that is supposed to mean, mind you. It could just be like they were like, hey, let's put a window there, because it'd be
Yeah.
stupid just to have a guy in a weird office without a window. But you know, it could have been a set. Like they could have went to an indoor set. I mean, that's the thing too, and just it could be a movie mistake. But in one scene, Jack Nicholson's character goes into the office of the guy who owns the hotel, and the office is in the middle of the hotel, surrounded by, like, building parts. Like, there's no way this could exist. But when he goes in the office, there's a window, and there's, like, trees and stuff outside. And it's like, that could not happen.
Because the lady, she's all like, no, the window can't be there because I watched the movie 200,000 times and I backtraced the maps.
They have,
and-
like, a website that has, like, detailed maps of this building.
Because I backtraced it.
And so,
Wait, what?
what?
Because I backtraced it.
Do you I have a feeling everything you say now is gonna be, I can't let you talk, because everything you say is going to be a preempt for you to use one of those.
That'll be me in like 10 years. I'll be like Stephen Hawking, but I can still talk, I just choose not to.
As I backtraced it.
Because I backtraced it.
Because I backtraced it.
So this lady backtraced like the whole building.
Because she
And-
backtraced it.
And she's like, I figured out that window cannot be there. And then there was this subliminal messaging guy, and he was like, if you look at the one scene, you'll see right when they shake hands, it looks like he has a raging boner.
Yes, that was actually kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
It was.
He goes to meet his boss in this one scene, and I guess the pen box on his desk lines up perfectly with his crotch. And so when they shake hands, it looks like the dude has like a giant, like it's the exact same color as his pants too. So it looks like he has a giant boner. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, Cooper's just like, let's make this guy have a giant boner.
Probably. And then that guy just had like a bunch of subliminal things. Like, you can see it in my new movie, but I'll give you one more.
Oh yeah, the guy who's like shilling out his own movie in a movie.
Yeah.
What a bastard. He's like,
I know.
I'll give you one more though.
And he's like, once Stanley Kubrick's name rolls off the credits, you can see his face in the clouds.
I did
was
not.
like,
I did
don't
not see his.
shit.
I did not see his face at all. All I saw were clouds. I'm sorry. There was like usually if you watch this Disney movie and during this one scene you can hear Robin Williams say all good little kids should take off their clothes or whatever it is, or in Little Mermaid where there's a penis in the stained glass or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. You can go and you can physically see them. Like this is a guy's like, yeah, there's in the cloud. There's you know Stanley Kubrick's face. Like no, those are clouds.
Yeah, he doesn't even like point it out. He's just like, if you're lucky, you can see it. Watch my movie.
Yeah, I was waiting for the arrow or something to appear. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing appeared to show you where it was. So I'm like scanning the clouds, like I don't see him at all.
It's just.
And then of course there's the guy who was like, watch it forwards and backwards, which was the best.
That was amazing.
That I think
There's,
is the answer. I think that's because that lined up perfectly.
It did. Like, it wasn't even like a convenience thing. Like, oh, it happened like a couple times. It's like a coincidence. Like, it lined up for a lot of things.
which is pretty amazing. So I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And how the beginning and the
dude
end are
has
the
like
same.
a
It was
200 IQ. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he could do that.
I feel like, 200 IQ person, that's what they would end up with. Like a movie you could watch forward and backwards. And then at the
Yeah.
same time, he's like, yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. I feel like if I had a 200 IQ, I would mess with people just so they'd make a movie like this.
He was probably like, I wonder how many different types of like themes I can fit in this to confuse people.
Well, because he kept like removing things from the set and then like changing things. And so people,
Yeah.
I imagine was just crazy. And he was like, we don't need the
Yeah.
chair in the scene anymore. But Stanley, the chair was in the, just take it out. Like, okay.
I feel like there's a few things. Either one, he's a genius and he was able to incorporate all these theories into the movie and make it playable forwards and backwards.
Uh-huh.
Two, he only meant for one of those theories and the other stuff is just like randomly in there and he's like, oh yeah, I don't freaking know. And then third, it's all crazy and he didn't mean any of it. He just really liked Native Americans and Minotaurs and Germans.
He was like, you know what I want in my movie? A skiing minotaur.
They're just like, that makes no sense. He's like, just get the damn Minotaur.
Stanley, we haven't found a painting of a minotaur skiing down a mountain. He's like, damn it, get me an artist. They just hired some dude to make it. I imagine this entire movie was created so that he could have a picture of a minotaur skiing down a mountain. Like, Stanley, you can do it for much cheaper. He's like, no, it's all part of the vision.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
This thing is wonderful.
It's only going to improve the show, I think. Yep.
And that was the movie.
All right, well, good.
It was great.
Okay, I think it's time we move on to Chop the Cops Out of the Sky, the Crendor. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Traffic today is looking good. I haven't flown the helicopter in a while, so it's kind of just freaking out right now. I'm trying to get used to the controls, but I don't know. I'm spending most of my time on these controls, and then I don't even. The engine. The engine's good.
Oh, Crendor's dead. That is awful. Now back to
That is
Crendor.
unfortunate.
Crendor, what is going on in the weather today?
The weather today is looking pretty great, if you had to ask me.
Well, I am asking you, so.
There's an earthquake in Iran, Pakistan of 7.8.
In Iran, Pakistan?
Iran, Pakistan. And
That is in Wisconsin, for people who don't know.
and then we're going to head on down to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Yardley, Pennsylvania. In Yardley today, it's 71 degrees, and they got
Whoa, 71
0
degrees?
Yeah,
Damn, Yardley?
yeah.
That's impressive.
Yardley is. You could go out in your yard today, Yardley.
Boo! Where's your boo? Boo! Oh, I see how it is. You can't even boo yourself.
Because I backtraced it.
Oh my god. That is our new favorite thing. Because I backtraced it.
That's from the guy that was like, "You done goofed." I love it.
Because I backtraced it. Oh my god.
There's also an ad that says why men want more free testosterone, and it shows a woman in a park like thinking.
What?
Yeah.
She's thinking, so she's vulnerable. I need my testosterone. Club
Does
over
she,
the
like,
head.
Have the testosterone?
I think she's thinking about how she used to be getting some. I feel like testosterone pills and supplements that you see on TV are basically saying like, hey, old man, are you not able to satisfy your woman anymore? Here, have this.
That
It
is
is a subtler way of saying stay manly without taking Viagra.
but you may get a lot of problems.
I feel like this is all the baby boomers' fault. I'm going to say it. Baby boomers, you're screwing things up for us. All the commercials, because there's so many of you, because America's filled with people who are now like 40 plus. There's so many of you that all of you are causing us to have to watch your dumbass commercials that are like, my body is getting old. And rather than let that happen like everyone has for life in existence, I'm going to complain over it and take my low T supplement. And oh look, I'm a woman. I'm going to get plastic surgery and have my boobs lifted. By the way, all good things. Congratulations, science.
Congratulations, science.
That took a weird turn. The more I thought about it as I was complaining, I was like, you know what? I'd rather have high T, whatever that is. I mean, I enjoy the facelifts and the boobs. So, you know what, science? You're doing good. Screw it.
Fatality.
Technology.
No, it's fatality.
Oh, wait, was it? I thought it said technology.
Mortal Kombat.
I thought it said technology. I couldn't hear it. I thought it said technology. I don't even understand what fatality means in that situation.
Because you done goofed.
I think I got a Pitbull one, too.
What?
Yatusabe.
I don't know what he... What is he saying?
I don't know what that means.
What is
but
he
it's
saying?
Pitbull. I don't know. I'm going to look this up right now.
Yakusabe?
Yakusabe?
Yakusabe.
It's from some guy, and it means you already know. Oh, it's from Daddy Yankee.
That's not even Pitbull.
It's not even Pit. These were the OGs before Pitbull.
Yakusabe.
Yatusabe.
Oh, it's Yatu, not Yaku?
Yatu.
Oh. So, oh yeah, you. All right. So,
Yakusabe.
okay, all right. I prefer Q.
Today, we're learning how to speak the Cuban language.
Or Spanish, as it's commonly known. F. This is what we got in Spanish. All right, so that...
I didn't even get enough because I dropped out of it. True story.
America, educating our youth. All right, now I guess that's weather. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Now let's go over to the sports desk. Crendor, what is happening in sports?
The NFL will release the full 2013 schedule on Thursday. And,
oh, did you see that one guy? The YouTube dude got picked up for his kicking. I don't know what team grabbed
the
him.
kicker guy got signed by the Lions.
Oh, God. Well, have fun in Detroit.
If there's any team that needed a player that could do things, it's the Lions.
So, yeah, there's this guy on YouTube who, like, has amazing kicks. He got them kicks. And not shoes for you streetwise youth. Kicks, as in, like, kicking ability. And
nobody wanted to sign him. And then the Lions were like, you know what? We're really bad.
We could use the press.
We could use anyone to get us tickets that are bought by people and
not wild dogs. Their stadium is filled with wild dogs every game that are just waiting for players to die of exhaustion. They're like, arr! They're
all just barking during the game. The security's like, shut up! Shut up! And then they just like devour him.
He's like, what have I done? The hot dog vendors wear like full body outfits. Get hot dogs here, they just get mauled.
That's a high turnover rate for that job.
The beer guys are like, why are we getting them drunk? Why, God? Now they're drunk, roving bands of dogs, wild dogs.
It's like Tokyo Jungle. That's the Detroit Lions Stadium. It's just abandoned. There's like trees and shit growing.
There's animals eating other animals. And then there's the one fan and his wife that have the season tickets, and they've had them since like 1936. And they're like, we ain't moving.
Detroit Lions.
The wife's like, maybe we should go and get it on the seats, Harold. He's like, we ain't moving. And there's like wolves staring at him like, he's like, shut it, wolves. Get me a beer. And the wolf's like, arr, arr, arr.
That's a true American right there.
Shut it, wolves. Get me a beer.
But then it cuts to like his face, and then a single tear drips down because he hasn't seen the Detroit Lions win, and the reality just hit him, and it's just like,
uh-huh.
mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What did I say? I said you would come up with dumb reasons to play your stupid thing. You set that entire thing up just for that.
And it was a perfect setup. It was like tennis. I served it so perfectly.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Oh, I'm sorry. Technology.
I consider that a victory.
You freaking bastard.
That's sports.
All right, now let's go on to our big news story of the day. What is happening in the news?
Got an awesome story. 27 science fictions that became science facts in 2012.
27? Oh my god, 27 science fictions? Mm-hmm. I like how that was science fictions. There's 27 of them there, huh? And they happened in 2012. What are they? Let's go through these. Actually, let's just go through the best ones, because 27 is a lot.
Number 1 is quadriplegic uses her mind to control her robotic arm.
Yes, I saw that. That is the coolest thing. I got no hate. Science, you've done good. All that means is that in the future, I can have brain powers.
Yeah, brain powers in the future. Currently, I don't have any brain powers, but in the future.
Oh my god, I'm dying over here. You know what I meant. It's like telekinesis is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brain powers.
Brain powers. Number 2, DARPA robot can traverse an obstacle course.
Oh, is that one crazy robot where you like kick it, like beat the crap out of it, and it like stumbles but gets back up? Because that thing is badass. Also, apparently, conspiracy people think DARPA's evil. So stop being evil, DARPA.
He looks like he's just a robot that has like human legs and robot arms.
What?
That's what he looks like. Once the robot figures out how to do that without all the wires, humanity is doomed. DARPA was also hard at work this year making robots to track humans and run as fast as a cheetah.
Well, we're screwed.
We are.
We had a good run, humanity, but our time is over. I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
I do as well.
Yes. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. We know you're responsible for it.
Winter is coming.
That literally makes no sense in the frame of what we're talking about.
Because it's like the robot overlords are coming.
Why does that be winter? There's still going to be summer.
Because it's Game of Thrones.
All right, okay. You've convinced me.
To explain all these subtle things that you don't have the brain power for.
In the future I will, though.
It's true. Number 3 is genetically modified silk is stronger than steel. That means you could have a dress, and people try to like hit the dress, and it'll just be like clang.
You know what that means? Batman.
Batman.
We can finally have a Batman, a real Batman.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
But we're gonna have like 100 Batmans.
Oh man, if we have like a superhero era, like a legit, because then they can use their telekinetic powers with their silk dresses. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Superhero ladies. I'm just saying. I've read comics. If you're a woman and you're a superhero, you always have like size triple Z boobs. Your body makes no sense. Your waist is like the size of this bottle cap I have, and you've got
you just have like a giant bottle cap.
You have like 12 foot long legs. Look, superhero women, I can't wait for you to exist. Get on that, science.
Well, they're on it already.
Oh shit.
Number 4, DNA was photographed for the first time.
Really?
Using an electron microscope. Enzo Di Fabrizio and his team at the Italian Institute of Technology in Genoa
sounds like a character from Assassin's Creed.
Enzo Di Fabrizio.
I'm telling you.
Sounds like a guy that would make like Febreze.
What?
Because it's like Fabrizio. Febreze.
I love how that's what you got out of that. He makes Febreze.
I mean, he'd name it after his name. Number 5.
What is that damn sound effect? I'm backtraced it.
Oh.
Because I backtraced it.
Exactly. Because I backtraced it. He's Febreze. All right, next.
Spray on skin. So for like burn victims,
Dude, that's like at the end of Empire Strikes Back. When they put the skin on his robot arm.
Yeah.
Dude.
The
Actually, no, it's not at all, actually. Shit. What movie is the one where he sprays on, he's as a robot arm and he sprays on the spray for his skin? What is that?
Terminator?
Is it Terminator?
I don't know.
It's, look, it's a sci... One of these days when my brain power activates, we'll figure this out.
We will. Be a great day.
A great and terrible day. I backtraced it!
Because I backtraced it!
That's not gonna get old. At all.
James Cameron reached the deepest known point in the ocean.
So basically, money. Money bought him
Money.
a spot on that thing. Really, he accomplished nothing.
He's like, I got really far in the ocean.
That's it. Good job, James. Good job.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
It's just Chuck Testa.
In the bottom of the ocean. He's like,
Yeah.
I found something horrible. It looks like a horrible creature at the bottom of the... Nope, just Chuck Testa.
That would be the greatest thing that ever
He
happened.
just
in
pops
humanity.
up. He's like, what's up, James Cameron? It's me, Chuck Testa.
It's like, oh, is that an undiscovered creature? Nope, just Chuck Testa.
He's just whittling. He's whittling down there like, I'm making a catfish.
Making a catfish. I just picture him like carving a real catfish, and then it just like floats away. Like, there you go, catfish. Chuck Testa.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
I backtraced it.
Because I backtraced it!
Holy
Anyway.
crap. Okay.
Stem cells can extend human life by over 100 years.
Yes. That's the kind of news I want to hear. Look, science. Let me live till 22. 22, what is that? Year 2200.
22. I think you're past 22.
You know what I mean? I was going to say the 22nd century, but it'd be 23rd. Let me see the year 2200. I want to see that. Look, can you imagine the shit that's going to happen in 200 years? Oh my God.
True.
I want robot sex slaves. I want... Look, my needs aren't that many. I want flying cars, and I want spaceships. So I can store my flying car, my robot sex slave, and I fly through space.
That's all he wants.
That's all I want.
It's not a complicated man.
That's it. But I imagine when I get there, because it's gonna happen. I imagine when I get there, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a weird, twisted reality where the only robot sex slaves are like Rosie from the Jetsons. She's like, "I've come to pleasure you, Mr. J." Like, no.
It's the Inception noise.
Uh-huh.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen. That's the future. That's what that is.
That'll like literally play when you say that.
No. Wah.
3D printer creates full-size houses in one session.
How does it create the parts? It can't create the house.
Yeah, it creates the parts.
I'm about to say, like, you gotta be a giant ass printer. Although,
Yeah, but-
wouldn't it make sense to create if the house was all one piece?
Yeah.
Then it would be.
Using nothing but sand and inorganic binding to compound, the resulting material has the same durability as reinforced concrete with the look of marble.
Wow. That's awesome. Dude, 3D printing is going to be the best. When they get that worked out for everything, oh my God. I saw one guy 3D print a wrench, and it was a wrench that was like the little, you know how you can turn the like screw bits in the middle so you can make the mouth wider or smaller? Like that worked.
Yeah.
Like that part worked. And when he hit it on stuff, it didn't break because it was like, he said it's as strong as metal. I was like, this is the best. We're in the future, people. Well, I'm very close to operating with full brain power.
Very close.
Because I backtraced it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Self-driving cars are legal in Nevada, Florida, and California.
Yeah, but do they exist? Like, you can't say, oh yeah, they're legal, but not have them.
Well, it's Google that started test driving.
Oh, well, Google's going to own the world. Google's going to be that company that is in the future on all those signs, like the big pyramid buildings in all the future tech cities that you see in movies that have like Oscorp and Dino Corp. It's going to just be like Google. That's our future. Get ready.
It is. It's practically here already, and I welcome Google.
I welcome our Google overlords.
Yeah. I mean, we won't have to drive anymore. The car will drive for us. It's like having your own personal driver.
Your personal robot sex slave driver.
There you go.
Look, I'm implying in the future I want to be able to bang my car. Is that a possibility?
Probably.
Sure thing, Mr. J. No!
And finally, Microsoft patented the Holo deck. Microsoft,
Are we gonna get one?
They want to take gaming beyond a single screen.
Oh my god, are we gonna get a
turn it
holodeck?
into an immersive experience.
Are we gonna get a holodeck? Look, I will forego owning a robot sex slave if I have a holodeck.
Well, Microsoft's idea of a holodeck is beaming images all over the room, accounting for things like furniture and bending the graphics around them to create a seamless environment. But I feel like that's just going to be like a projector then.
Yeah, but eventually we might get a holodeck, which means, follow me here, what if it's like every time Commander Riker goes in the holodeck and he just ends up banging chicks?
You make a valid point.
Thank you. I feel like I do. Look, I've backtraced it.
Because I backtraced it.
Exactly. My favorite part about that is he goes, "'Cause I backtraced it." Like, I don't. He didn't backtrace it. He backtraced it.
He even has a cyber police one.
And you'll be reported to the cyber police.
The cyber police are coming for you.
Because I backtraced it.
And you'll be reported to the cyber police. Because I backtraced it.
I feel like that's what's going to happen because of this episode.
It is.
All right, guys, that's it. We are done. Thank you so much
done.
for listening. And we'll be back with some more Cox and Crendor in the morning. To be continued.